In 5,858 days, you will lose everything. $5.5 million. You don't know it yet. This is how Bernie Madoff destroys your life. November 26, 1992. You're 45 years old. Your brother-in-law mentions Bernie Madoff over Thanksgiving dinner. Former NASDAQ chairman. Manages money for Spielberg, Elie Wiesel, Senator Lautenberg. 12% returns every year. Even in '87, when everyone lost 30%, Bernie made 11%. You're skeptical. How?
With split strike conversion, we buy blue chips. Then we sell options for protection. The result? You can't lose.
$100,000. Your entire savings. You wire it over. First statement, plus $1,082. You have less than 16 years of happiness left. December 15th, 1996. You have $250,000 with Madoff. Your golf buddies lost money in the Mexican peso crisis. You made 11.8%. Your wife wants a bigger house. Let's use Bernie's returns. But you have a better idea. Take a mortgage, 6% interest. Bernie makes 12%. Simple math. Borrow $200,000 from the bank. Give it to Bernie. We're making money with the bank's money, you laugh with your wife. $450,000 total invested. The timer keeps ticking. December 20th, 2001, 9/11 destroyed the markets. Your 401k is down 40%. Madoff statement plus 10.4% year to date. You have an epiphany. Why keep money anywhere else? You liquidate everything. Pension, kids' college funds, the savings account, even the $50,000 from your father's estate, $1.2 million, all with Bernie. At the country club, you're a legend. The genius who's all in with Madoff. 3 friends beg you to get them in. Bernie's exclusive, but he makes an exception for you. You feel like an insider. Chosen. 7 years left. Let's pause the countdown for a moment, because what happens next only makes sense if you understand how the fraud really worked. Call this a quick lecture in Ponzi Economics 101. The 2 rooms. Bernie Madoff ran 2 different businesses. Room 1, the front office, real traders, real terminals, real market making, real Wall Street activity. This is the room the SEC saw when they visited, the one that fooled regulators, banks, and even competitors. Room 2, the magic room, fake. This was the beating heart of the Ponzi scheme. Inside it, no trading, no investment activity, no risk models, no strategy. Just old printers, outdated computers, and a handful of loyal employees, Frank D. Pasquale, fabricating trades out of thin air. He later testified, there were no trades, none. We made everything up.
Defendant is guilty. I will prove it beyond a doubt.
The closed-loop system. Think of it like a circular water tank. 1. New investors pour water in. 2. Madoff scoops some out to pay earlier investors. 3. Statements lie about water levels. 4. As long as inflow is greater than outflow, the illusion holds. But when outflow becomes greater than inflow, the tank is empty, and the entire system collapses. That's exactly what happened in 2008. The illusion of consistency. The brilliance wasn't promising high returns, it was promising boring returns. Not 80% a year, just 10 to 12% every year. No volatility, no drama. It felt safe, elite, professional, hedged, stable. The perfect psychological trap. It made you feel smart, not greedy. The fake trading strategy. Bernie sold a made-up strategy, split strike conversion. It was supposed to use blue chip stocks, call options, put options, a perfectly hedged position. But the trades he reported didn't match real market volumes. Sometimes happened on days markets were closed, were backdated, were priced incorrectly, because they weren't trades. They were fiction printed on an old IBM machine. The feeder funds. Billions didn't come from individual investors like you. Most came from giant feeder funds. Fairfield Greenwich, Ascot Partners, Tremont, Banco Santander, HSBC. They acted like funnels. They collected money globally and poured all of it into Bernie's tank. They didn't know it was a Ponzi, but they should have. The math problem. All Ponzi schemes share the same fatal flaw. They require infinite money to survive. Madoff needed constant deposits, continuous inflow, endless new victims. In 2008, the inflow stopped. Outflow exploded. The tank emptied, and the countdown hit 0. 730 days until collapse. December 10th, 2006. Harry Markopolos publishes a report. The world's largest hedge fund is a fraud. You read it. 21 red flags. These returns are impossible. The options Bernie claims to trade don't exist in these volumes. You call your accountant. You see this? Markopolos is bitter. Bernie manages $50 billion. You think Banco Santander didn't do due diligence? You have $3.8 million with Madoff. On paper, you're rich, but that night you don't sleep. The countdown accelerates. 180 days until collapse. June 14th, 2008. Bear Stearns collapsed. Markets are in panic. You call Madoff's office.
Is my money safe?
Is my money safe? Frank DiPascali, Bernie's right hand. We have $7 billion in liquidity, solid as a rock. It's a lie. They have 0. Your wife wants to withdraw half. For safety. Are you crazy? Bernie's the only safe place in this storm. You do the opposite. Sell your last property. Another $700,000 in. $4.5 million total. 6 months left. 7 days until collapse. December 3rd, 2008. Something's wrong. Redemption requests are exploding. $7 billion in 1 month. Bernie says it's normal. Temporary liquidity issue. But your brother-in-law, the one who got you in, just withdrew everything. Why, you ask? Bad feeling. You stay. 16 years of perfect returns. Bernie's never missed a payment. $5.5 million now. With markets crashing, it's 95% of your net worth. The timer is almost at 0. 24 hours until collapse. December 9th, 2008, 6 p.m. Bernie Madoff is at his Upper East Side penthouse. He knows it's over. No money left to pay redemptions. You're at home, checking your online statement. $5,547,329. Your wife is cooking. Kids are back from college for the holidays. Dad, you okay? Your son asks. Sure. Why? You look worried. The markets, you say. But we're protected. Bernie knows what he's doing. In 12 hours, Bernie will confess to his sons. In 14 hours, his sons will call the FBI. In 18 hours, FBI will be at Bernie's door. You sleep peacefully. Day 0, December 10th, 2008. 6 a.m. You wake up. Coffee. CNN in the background. 6:30 a.m. Phone rings. It's your brother-in-law. Voice broken. Turn on CNBC now. 6:31 a.m. Breaking news. Bernie Madoff arrested. Ponzi scheme. $50 billion gone. 6:32 a.m. You don't understand. Reread the ticker. Madoff. Arrested. Ponzi. Fraud. 6:33 a.m. You call the office. Number disconnected. 6:45 a.m. You're in your car, driving to the lipstick building. 7:15 a.m. Police tape. FBI. Reporters everywhere. 7:30 a.m. Check online account. Account suspended. 7:31 a.m. $5,547,329 to $0, 7:32 a.m. You vomit on the sidewalk. Epilogue. 6,570 days later. Today, 2026. Bernie died in prison 5 years ago. You're 79 years old, part-time at Home Depot. Badge says, "Bob, how can I help?" A customer shows you his phone. "Look, my crypto did 50 times. Diamond hands, baby." "What platform?" you ask. CryptoMax. The CEO used to run Coinbase's Asia division. Super legit. You want to warn him, but what would you say? That you had $5 million? That you thought you were special? "Good luck," you say. You glance at his phone. The app shows $847,291. His countdown has already started. Bernie Madoff defrauded 37,000 people, 4,800 investors, $65 billion, the largest financial fraud in history. Until the next one.